Hello, Kate, Jack, and Julian. I'm here to give you feedback on your FAQs. By the way, I just noticed this as I'm looking at it, that you need to remember to get your names on this main page, just for your, your classmates looking at it. I clicked and got to it, and I hadn't even noticed it before, but you've done a great job with this site overall. You have a lot of information. It's very readable with good different types of information, links and photos and videos. And so we have here, starting out with a great, interesting headline, and then a little bit of information to get us into the topic is perfect to then lead into your questions. You do have your photo cited correctly. The only thing is that this kind of hanging out down here, you could just kind of bring it all up together, so you didn't have this kind of extra big caption there against your introduction not looking as big. So just a design thing, to get rid of extra spacing. Okay, so I'm going to open up your sources in a new tab because I'm going to bounce back and forth showing you how the citations work. So it's opening up over there. So we'll go to What Were the Ghettos. You can see here, or I could see clearly your overall design. You kept text on the left, pictures on the right, but you worked in the subheadlines and you worked in your images being spread out through the page. And it was good, as I said before, that this was a good design theme to think about, and it clearly did work. You moved it through the pages, and I saw that. You've cited perfectly. You have, this one inside the period tells me that it's this sentence, but this one outside the period tells me it's the rest of the paragraph. And so you have a lot of good information, these specific facts, specific statistics, and you show that you know what you're talking about by giving your sources as well. So a great page, and then a nice link to say, well, here's some good, some more information if I didn't tell you enough. And it's a nice place for that to happen. Okay, now we go to the second one. We'll see, if I recall, yes, the same setup with the two pictures and the subheadings. So you did a good job with that. I wanted to show you, if I look here and say, okay, Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, I take that and I look here to find it. And I look down, and I say, oh, there it is. And you didn't pick this because this was all repeated. So you have that second piece of information. And so that's how it works. And I can tell that your citations, that you used good sites and that your information is accurate. There is the overview. These are all solid paragraphs. There is a lot trying to be tackled in each, and so I might think about maybe having the subheadings a little more specific, or kind of trying to be a little bit more specific, because to try to handle hope and talk about art kind of in one paragraph of about 4 or 5 sentences, you might want to be more intentionally narrow, so that you're showing that you have just a bit of information, and then what would have been great were some links to learn even more about it there. But I do enjoy how you had both the photos and, I keep moving up the picture, but the art here, so I'll stop moving you all up and down now. Okay. Sorry, the internet's a little slow. Okay, and here we get an overview of resistance, and it worked well because we had an idea of the different types of resistance, and you broke it up unarmed versus armed and gave us the more information to link on here. And this was a nice lead-in to what the next 2 questions will be, which are the armed resistance movements. And so this question came in a nice place, good organization overall of the page, or the whole site, I should say. Okay, so we'll go to just what is Warsaw. I won't click on all of these. That'll take a really long time. But here we go. The text got a little teeny on this one, so it doesn't, you can see, I hope right away, that it's different looking. You indent here versus having it just be over on the side. So that's just, a small design thing to catch. It's also a little tight to read because of the font, but the timeline is a really great way of doing the subheadings. It's very specific to say this is what happened each day. You get a sense automatically of how long it took, and then where it happened. It was interesting. I spoke to the Mark Strauss about Warsaw and how just totally decimated it was in revenge, and it made me think of your page and how you were looking into that. So it connected with the survivor last night at dinner. So Okay, so Trace and Stott, equally well done. I'll pop over there. I know I said I wouldn't, but here it is. Again, the font's a little smaller, but overall is still strong. I think that font's smaller. But you have another video here, which is interesting. Very much to see the propaganda of it, which is great, sitting against the realities that we've already met. So to see the propaganda at the very end was interesting. So I am glad I clicked on this page. So you have a lot of great information, and I know when your classmates start to look at it, this will really give them even more context of what we've studied. So thanks for your hard work, and I know people will enjoy reading it.